What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update. The third stimulus check package is finally here. We have all the details for you guys in this video. It's actually a very exciting day as we are now ready to pass the third stimulus check package bill and put money into your bank accounts. I'm going to give you the latest details, all those nitty-gritty details that you need to know on the third stimulus check package. This is one of those videos you want to watch all the way to the end so you don't miss out on the details on the checks, the child checks, and everything else in this third stimulus check package. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates. It's completely free. Click the bell icon to all notifications so you get notifications when we go live with new videos on the third stimulus check update and the next stimulus package that is coming out after this that has already been announced. First up, let's hear directly from President Biden on the third stimulus check package.
So job number one of the American Rescue Plan is vaccines. Vaccines. The second, the American Rescue Plan is going to keep the commitment of $2,000. $600 has already gone out. $1,400 checks to people who need it. This is money directly in people's pockets. They need it. We need to target that money so folks making $300,000 don't get any windfall. But if you're a family that's a two-wage earner, each of the parents, one making 30 grand, one making 40 or 50, maybe that's a little more than, well, yeah, they need the money and they're going to get it. And here's what I won't do. I'm not cutting the size of the checks. They're going to be $1,400, period. That's what the American people were promised. Very quickly, here's the rest of my plan. It has money for food and nutrition so that folks don't go hungry. I think our Republican friends are going to support that. It extends unemployment insurance, which is going to run out on March 13th of this year to the end of September of this year, because we're still going to have high unemployment. It helps small businesses, thousands of whom have had to go out of business. It has money to help folks pay their health insurance. It has rental assistance to keep people in their homes rather than being thrown out on the street. It's got money to help us open our schools safely. It has money for child care, for paid leave. It gets needed resources to state and local governments to prevent layoffs of essential personnel, firefighters, nurses, folks, school teachers, sanitation workers. It raises the minimum wage. It's big and it's bold, and it's a real answer to the crisis we're in. And it's one more thing, and I want to say it very clearly on this, be very clear on this point. It's better economics. It not only addresses the immediate crisis we're in, it's better for the long-term economic health of our nation and our competitiveness. My plan creates more jobs, creates more economic growth, and does more to make us competitive with the rest of the world than any other plan.
So the third stimulus check package has now been unveiled. We now have the actual wording of it, including the $1,400 stimulus checks, the child stimulus checks, in addition to the $1,400 of $3,000 to $3,600, as well as the earned income tax credits and all the other things that we're going to go over that are in this bill right now. Here is the actual bill. It's 591 pages. As you can see here, it's $1,400 stimulus checks, or $2,800 in the case of a joint return. As you can also notice here that it's $1,400 multiplied by the number of dependents of the taxpayer for the taxable year. So if you have any dependents at all, children, adult dependents, or college students dependents, the taxpayer, the tax filer, will be getting $1,400 for each dependent. So you will be getting a stimulus check for college students and adult dependents. However, it won't go to them directly. It will go to the person who is claiming them as a dependent, very similar to as if they were a child. So if you are an adult dependent or a college student dependent, there is $1,400 in there for you. However, it will be going to the person who claims you as a dependent, so you may need to get it from them. It also has the income limits that we were expecting. Under $75,000 for an individual will receive the full $1,400 stimulus checks, up to $25,000 more than that, as you can see in the bill here. So a single filer will get the full $1,400 at $75,000, and at $100,000 they will receive no check at all. It gradually decreases between $75,000 and $100,000. For a joint or a couple tax return would be double that. 150,000 and below would receive the full $1,400 each, $2,800 total, or up to $200,000 would receive a decreased check. Over $200,000 will receive no check at all. Head of household single filers will receive the full stimulus check up to $112,500 and ending at $150,000. There is also special wording in here that says that your check cannot be garnished, taken from the by the IRS if you owe money. It cannot be taken if you owe child support, or if you owe any money in pretty much any capacity. That your stimulus check of $1,400 cannot be taken. So the average family of four will receive $5,600 in stimulus checks, which is pretty awesome. However, that's not all. There's also child tax credits, which are basically going to come in the form of stimulus checks of $3,000 to $3,600, which I'll get to here in a second. Let's go over the other details of different buckets of money, we call it, that you might be eligible for from this third stimulus check package. Next up is unemployment assistance. The House bill will extend the unemployment programs, actually two of them, until August 29th. It will also increase the federal weekly boost money, or the unemployment boost, to $400 per week, which will kick in mid-March when the current $300 per week ends or that money runs out. It will lengthen the duration of the PUA program, Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, up to 74 weeks from the previous 50 weeks, and will also increase the PEUC, the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program, to 48 weeks from the previous 24 weeks. The former provides benefits to freelancers, gig workers, independent contractors, and certain people affected by the pandemic, while the latter increases the duration of the payments for those in the traditional unemployment system. So basically, if you're currently on unemployment because you've lost your job during this pandemic, well, this is additional bucket of money for you. It will be increasing to $400 per week and extending the programs for the length of the duration, depending on which program you're on. Next up is nutrition assistance. This plan will extend the 15% increase in food stamp benefits through September instead of having it expire at the end of June. It also contains $880 million for the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program and for WIC, Women, Infants, and Children. So basically, WIC and SNAP will also be increased and will also help increase participation and temporarily improve benefits, among other measures, which will be investing $3 billion into this program. It will also allow states to continue the pandemic EBT program, which provides families whose children's schools are closed with funding to replace free and reduced price meals the kids would have received through the summer. Next up is housing aid, roughly $19 billion to state and local governments to help low income households cover back rent, rental assistance, and utility assistance for utility bills. And an additional $10 billion will be authorized to help struggling homeowners pay their mortgages, utilities, and property tax assistance. It will also provide an additional $5 billion to help states and localities assist those with homelessness. I will be walking you through how to claim this different bucket of money: mortgage and rental assistance, property assistance, utility bill assistance, and property tax assistance after the third stimulus check packages pass on this channel. So that's why it's important to subscribe and make sure you don't miss out on new videos coming out, because I will be helping you claim these different buckets of money. Next up is tax credits for families and workers, and also people without children. This legislation beefs up tax credits for families and certain low income workers for 2021. In an effort to combat poverty, it will expand the child tax credit, which was previously $2,000 and will now be $3,600 for children under the age of 6 and $3,000 for children ages 6 through 17. The credit will also become fully refundable, so more low income parents can take advantage of it. Plus, families can receive payments monthly rather than a lump sum at the end of basically next year. So having instead of having to wait all the way till your tax return in 2022, you will be able to receive this as a monthly payment option, which will make it easier for millions of Americans to receive this money. Basically, for children under the age of 6, $3,600 per child is $300 per month. There's two different things that are going to possibly happen. Number one, when this you're going to pass this bill here soon. When they pass it, it's going to take a few months for the child tax credits to kick in. So they're estimating July. I'll be keeping you updated on that as we move forward. But there's a possibility that you might get a 6-month one lump sum all at once. So in the case of children under the age of 6, $1,800 all at once, and then $300 per month for the rest of the year. Or it just might be $300 per month for a total of $3,600 for 12 months. For children over the age of 6, 6 through 17, will be $250 per month or $3,000 per child, or you may get half of that as a one lump sum up front. Now, there's already talks that because the earned income tax credit, they're increasing it and they're making it able to give to you in the form of monthly stimulus checks, which is pretty awesome. They're already talking about making this permanent because while the earned income tax credit has been around for a while, they're just making it more accessible, they're making it more money, and they're giving it to you in the form of a monthly stimulus check. So it's very likely that as the year proceeds, that they will make this a permanent thing. The Democrats are already pushing for it. I will keep you updated on that. Now, this is in addition to your $1,400 stimulus checks for children, adults, and adult dependents. So if you have a 2-year-old, you're looking at $3,600 from the child tax credits, $300 per month, $3,600, plus the $1,400 for a total of $5,000 for children under the age of 6. For children over the age of 6, you're looking at $4,400, $1,400 plus the $3,000 child tax credit. Yeah, this is a pretty awesome stimulus check bill. It's the largest yet to date, and Biden has already said that there are more stimulus packages to come. In addition to that, the bill also enhances the earned income tax credit for workers without children by nearly tripling the maximum credit and extending eligibility to more people. The minimum age to claim the childless credit would be reduced to age 19 from 25, and the upper age limit would be eliminated. This would be the largest expansion to the earned income tax credit since 2009. The White House says that this will reduce childhood poverty by up to 54%. Also, there's optional paid sick leave and family leave. The bill would not reinstate mandatory paid family and sick leave approved in a previous COVID package, but it does continue to provide tax credits to employers who voluntarily choose to offer the benefit through October 1st. There's also a provision in there that you can get paid up to $1,400 per week if you have to stay home because you have the virus. Next up, the bill will provide nearly $130 billion to kindergarten through 12 schools to help them return to the classroom. The money is also intended to help prevent teacher layoffs next year when some states may be struggling to balance their budgets. There's also an additional $40 billion in here for colleges. Institutions would be required to spend at least half of the money to provide emergency financial grants to students, which is pretty awesome. This bill will also provide $39 billion to child care providers. This bill also makes federal premium subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, more generous and would eliminate the maximum income cap for 2 years. Enrollees would pay no more than 8.5% of their income towards coverage, down from nearly 10% now. And those earning more than the current cap of 400% of the federal poverty level, about $51,000 for an individual and $104,000 for a family of 4 in 2021, would become eligible for help. In addition, the legislation will bolster subsidies to lower income enrollees, eliminating their premiums completely, and will do the same for those collecting unemployment benefits in 2021 as an added bonus. The bill will also provide assistance for those that want to remain on their employer health insurance plans through COBRA. These laid off workers will pay only 15% of the premium through the end of September. Also, this legislation seeks to entice states that have yet to expand Medicaid to low income adults and to do so by boosting their federal Medicaid matching funds by 5 percentage points for 2 years. There is also an additional $15 billion for small business and small business owners through the EIDL program. There's also $25 billion for a new grant specifically for bars and restaurants, which are pretty hard hit right now. Eligible businesses may receive up to $10 million and can use the money for a variety of expenses, including payroll, mortgage, rent, utilities, food, and beverage. The PPP program, the Paycheck Protection Program, is currently taking applications right now for second round loans. Will get an additional $7 billion, and the bill will make it more nonprofit organizations eligible. There's also $350 billion, as you can see here, that will go to state and local governments, including tribes and territories. This is good news also because, as we just seen, California just passed a stimulus check to like 6 million Americans that live in California for $600. And we also seen stimulus checks passed from Maryland, the state of Maryland. That basically comes from these type of money. So states are going to be getting $350 billion. So that leaves the opportunity open for states all across the country to pass their own stimulus checks on the state level, as well as an additional round of mortgage and rental assistance, utility assistance, property tax assistance, and programs like that on the state and local level also. We've seen multiple programs on this. I've covered a lot of them on the show here, and I will be covering them a lot more because when states get that money, they will be distributing some of it to you guys, and I will keep you up to date. There's also $14 billion for vaccine testing, tracing, and research, and $46 more billion for testing and contract tracing, and $7 billion for public health workers to support the response. They also do have currently, as we've talked about previously on the bill or on the channel, is that the $15 an hour minimum wage is currently included. Whether or not this particular part makes it all the way to the finish line, we will have yet to see. So make sure you subscribe down below. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Share this video with your family and friends so that they know what is coming in the third stimulus check package. And I will keep you up to date on all these other stimulus check programs, as well as the next stimulus package and all this money coming from different states and cities. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.